So how I start is I lay down flat on the ground, pull my knee into my chest, and I also start to do some ankle rolls. This stretch is obviously for the ankles to loosen those up, and also for the glutes to loosen those up. Keep in mind, this routine that I'm doing on video now is the shortened version of it. You want to take about 30 to 60 seconds when you're really trying to get a good stretch per exercise. Next, I do, this is called like a pretzel stretch. You just put one leg over the other. It's going to be a little hole in between your legs, and you stick your arm through that hole and grab the opposite knee. This is primarily for your glutes. So these are things we should be doing after every single workout. You spend a lot of time breaking down the body. We need to be stretching so we can get into movements to help them be able to get into movements to help us perform them correctly. Next, I move on to a hamstring stretch. I always do this cross body, and I like to pull and also squeeze on my hamstring as a way to get a little more blood flow. Then after that, with the same leg, I go across the body. This is my thoracic spine stretch. This actually stretches the back, the shoulder, and once again, the glutes. Sometimes for some added mobility, I'll do that move with my shoulder. I'll take it overhead and bring it back. And then while I'm on that side, I'll go ahead and do a quad stretch. I'll just pull my foot all the way to my butt. And then after that one, whatever you do to one side, you gotta do to the other. So crossbody, hamstring stretch, you see me pulling and massaging. The massaging is for blood flow. Promote blood flow is how we heal. Stretching is obviously how we get better flexibility and mobility to help ourselves getting into these positions and keep from being so stiff and rigid after training. The next exercise, thoracic spine stretch, going across the body. This is one of my favorite stretches of all time. If you never tried this stretch, please, ladies and gents, you gotta do this stretch at some point. Make sure that opposite shoulder is on the ground. I'm doing my little half rotations to help increase mobility in my shoulder, but this does stretch your shoulder too. You can also do this exercise or do this stretch with some weight sometimes too. One day I have to make a video of how to do the thoracic spine stretch with some weights. And then the last one in the series before I move on is going to be that quad stretch. Biggest thing, try to get your foot to touch your butt, and my knee is in front, but if you pull your knee back some, it actually stretch a little deeper. Next up, Cobra Stretch. This is a very, very good stretch. It is not my favorite stretch, but I do it to help stretch out the front of my body, my abs, my groin. Sometimes I straighten my feet out and I stretch those as well. This is good for your spine, good for your abs, good for your groin as well. Then right after that, I try to do child's pose. Notice in my child's pose, I'm pushing my back up. My back is going to extension. The reason why I do that because when you're doing Cobra Stretch, your back is actually in flexion. So I want to get out of flexion, get it more in extension. Then I do move my hands to my right and my left. That's really to stretch the sides of the spine and then also your lats. You get a really, really good lat stretch whenever you do that. Next, I like to sit on my ankles. So the reason why I sit on my ankles, man, this yoga instructor was a phenomenal lady. She told me if I wanted to stop spraining my ankle to sit on my ankles daily. And gosh darn it, the crazy lady was right. So I sit on my ankles and I finish up my arm stretches by doing arm behind the head. That's my tricep stretch. You just grab your elbow and then pull across. And then after that, you want to do your shoulder stretch. And that's putting the arm across. So that's great for the shoulder. Now this is just like a daily routine. Obviously you can do more stretches. Just don't hit every single thing, but it does hit a lot. So your next training day, Try it out, guys. Let me know what you think. And that's just CJ being CJ. Hey.